I think all candidates across all the parties want to see a very strong, vibrant America. Uh, how you get there, hard to say. And my idea of freedom means you get to live your life the way you want to live it, and you're responsible for the results of your actions. But I also believe tremendously in responsibility, both personal and federal. Similarly, I think our government needs to live on a budget. The deficit and the huge debt that we're going to be handing our children, it just horrifies me. That's really a key reason why I'm running for Congress. The government needs to take more responsibility. And you know, there is this great piece of wisdom another dermatologist told me about from this Buddhist monk, Thich Nhat Hanh, who said, if the lettuce is not growing well, you don't blame the lettuce. So look, I can't blame the government for the high deficits because we've been voting those people in from both parties who've been spending totally out of control. I know all the candidates want to reduce spending, and they talk about it in terms of eliminating waste. Eliminating waste is great. You'd think they'd have done it by now. You know, both parties have been in power. They didn't do it. I don't think eliminating waste is going to solve our federal deficit problems when it's like multiple $1 trillion every year. We need to cut back on our spending on the military. We need to get our healthcare spending under control. We need to make hard choices so that we don't leave our children a bankrupt country. We need to leave our kids a country on a firm financial foundation. We need to talk about war and violence. This is another key issue for libertarians. How can you say that you're not going to take from somebody if you're taking their life or their child's life? I think libertarians, maybe along with the Greens, are the most anti-war people you could find. And the interesting thing is, I know that across the entire political spectrum, everybody wants peace. They want peace for themselves, they want peace for their children, they want peace for others. There's no question about that. The question is, how do you get there? I see some deeply religious Christian candidates who support going into other countries and killing people because they think those people are evil and that that's how you get to peace. These are peace-loving folks who support violence. I think that violence is well-meaning but completely counterproductive. People attacking us does not make us, want to be less violent. Our natural urge is to respond in kind. And so we should realize that when we commit violence, we are just sowing more hatred and violence. We have so much violence in this world, and I know our politicians are well-meaning, but when they denigrate the other folks, especially in some horribly vitriolic manner, I think it just makes our whole culture more violent, less peaceful. I think what we need to do is we need to be nicer to each other. We need to make our culture less violent, to bring down the temperature in our culture. Being nice to each other may be the #1 thing we could do to make our kids more safe.
Paid for by Feldman for Congress.